June 16, 2016. Guys, you're looking at the webpage for senior senator in Florida, Democratic Senator Bill Nelson. Now, to the right, you see Rubio. He's a junior senator, but he's a Democrat in Florida. And they were huddled up the morning shortly after daybreak after the shooting in Orlando. And it looked like Bill Nelson was telling or orchestrating Rubio on what to say. Now, nobody knew much about the event as far as what we knew at that time. But then yesterday, Nelson announced that he was taking steps to give the Federal Bureau of Investigation at least one additional tool to help them detect and prevent such attacks. Now, it's all about gun control. We knew that from the beginning. But the essence of this video is how far will they go? Now, the bill on the surface makes sense. It says if you're on a terrorist watch list, then the FBI is notified if you apply to buy a gun. Not to block you if you're on a terrorist watch list yet, but to notify the FBI. Doesn't say it would stop the terrorists from getting the gun. And that's kind of the overlay of the entire bill. And they filibustered the House last night late. It wasn't just Nelson, other people. It was like the Automatic Gun Control Committee came out. And guys, what's suspect about this and what I suspected the first time I reported it, the first comment under the video was, you really believe one person killed that many people? And there was a video out showing massive police fire, but Orlando Police Chief John Mina responded to a question on whether the SWAT team that ultimately stopped the massacre may have hit some club goers. In the darkness and chaos of the incident, he said, I will say this, that is part of the investigation. He noted that among the likeliest scenarios for misfires was when the SWAT team opened a hole on the outside of the building from which they extracted an estimated dozens of patrons trapped in the bathroom. But remember, the first reports was there was no fire from the outside. 20 people were dead, remember? Then they waited 3 hours, rushed the building, and then 50 people were dead. Guys, just think about this. If you don't think false flags exist, you're being naive. It says one witness told the media that he was shot at by the police. Norman Castillo, who survived the attack by hiding in the bathroom and pretending to be dead, told ABC News that he stayed still and silent until he heard a gunfight that appeared to end when Mateen was killed. That was the second flurry of bullets. When he began to walk out of the bathroom, police shot at him. I started screaming and yelling, I'm a victim, he said, which stopped the attack. Now, think about that, guys. Did they go in to leave no witnesses? It's surprising this guy made it, but maybe there were other people, other witnesses, other than just SWAT there, other law enforcement officers that possibly weren't in on the entire game plan. Now, the slippery slope of Bill Nelson's law about notifying the FBI if someone on the terrorist watch list applies for a gun permit is that who is classified as terrorist. You better look at the Patriot Act after 9/11, guys. Domestic terrorism. If you don't agree with everything that's said by the government, think about it. Maybe you are a survivalist. Maybe you're a prepper. All of these can come under the classification of terrorists. Maybe your YouTube videos dissenting against the government can classify you as a terrorist. So this is the first step to Hillary Clinton and Obama's Democratic push to take our guns. It's part of the one world order. You know, no common sense is involved in this. Look at the Paris shootings. Worst gun control place on the planet. You can't hardly get one. And so you're a soft zone. You're an easy target. But it all brings about total government control. Now, why do they want our guns? Because they're so crooked and have done so many things that are evil and wicked that they know there will eventually be an uprising. So let's disarm the citizens that are paying all our bills that we're ripping off. But that's what we're looking at, and I knew it when it happened. And now I think those last 30 people were killed. No witnesses, 50 on the day of Pentecost, which means 50. Sacrifice, don't know. Guys, we're going to talk about this and the magma movement area in Southern California, as well as a couple of other things. In about an hour on paulbegleyprophecy.com, I'm going to link to that. Now, his show starts at 11 a.m. Central Time. I think it's noon on the East Coast, runs about 3 hours. But it's a very interesting show. I watch it all the time, but he contacted me and asked me to come on today. So stay tuned for that. It should be interesting, guys. This is a heads up. Be safe.